Welcome to Principles of Success. This is week 7, session 2. This course is a part of Malco Institute of Technology's leadership series. Our companion text is See You at the Top by Zig Ziglar. Welcome to week 7, session 2. Today we continue working on segment 5, the importance of a right mental attitude. You're going to choose optimism over cynicism. Almost half of all workers fall into the cynic category. They mistrust just about everything: government, big business, the products they purchase, their employer, supervisors, and colleagues. An additional portion of workers we classify as weary, with strong cynical leanings. How many friends and how much peace of mind do cynics have? How well do they get along with their mates, their children, or their neighbors? Not many, not much, and not very well. On the brighter side of life are the idealists, individuals who have the tendency to see the best solution in any situation. Sow those optimistic seeds, and you raise the optimist hidden inside you. Much cynicism is caused by unrealistic expectations, expecting great things to happen to you with no effort on your part. Having high expectations for yourselves is an important part of success, but you must also develop a solid goals program to make those expectations a reality. People too often view the world through rose-colored glasses, and when their unrealistic expectations fall short, they become cynical and put on rose-colored glasses. A positive attitude does not guarantee success, but a cynical attitude guarantees failure. Turn interruptions into opportunities. Have you ever been struck in a traffic jam in the worst possible time? Did you stamp your foot or pound the steering wheel, shake your fist, lean on the horn? If so, did you find that the louder you blew your horn and the nastier you got when you shook your fist, the more quickly the traffic in front of you opened up and permitted you to go? If you follow that foot stamping, horn blowing routine often enough, you raise your blood pressure, you increase your chances of having a heart attack or developing ulcers, and you generally will ruin your disposition and shorten your lifespan. Look at that traffic jam, smile and say, oh boy, I bet it's going to take at least 30 minutes to get through this mess. In 30 minutes, I can listen to some informational tapes. I can discover some leadership principles. I can increase my knowledge. Or if you have someone in the car with you, it's a very good time to have an uninterrupted visit. Use the time to make out a grocery list. Your options may not be plentiful, but using your time to accomplish meaningful results beats complaining without doing. You do have a choice. Either you can gain or accomplish something while you wait, or you can get upset and bring on strokes, heart attacks, high blood pressure. I invite you to view this short video entitled How to Manage and Minimize Workplace Interruptions. Additional resources are available on our website. Join us next time for session 3.
Thanks for joining us on Good Day Colorado, 742, 64 degrees outside. We'll have more on your forecast in just a minute. But first, learning how to deal with interruptions at work can be quite a challenge. The average person spends over 2 hours each day just dealing with interruptions. In fact, the statistics showing how frequently interruptions at work occur is staggering. So, how can you keep them under control? Well, we're answering your questions this morning. Career coach Chrissy Civic is here to tell us how we can do this. Why, Chrissy, is this so hard to stay focused at work? There's so many distractions.
There's so many reasons, right? And it's important to remember that some interruptions are actually really necessary and they're kind of unavoidable. So you want to prep on the front end and be really proactive with your scheduling. This specifically really pertains to establishing deadlines and appointments. The more you can give yourself a little bit of wiggle room in there, the easier it is to deal with those necessary unavoidable interruptions.
So allow a couple minutes in between each of your appointments, perhaps.
Exactly. So you don't get thrown completely off track when an interruption happens.
And what about, taking control of these distractions? What does that mean?
Right. Well, a lot of our interruptions are actually completely within our control, and so often we just completely abdicate control. So I'm talking about things like phone calls and email, instant messenger. We are the ones that have the power. We can turn those things off. We can send our phone calls directly to voicemail. So it really is about taking control of your own schedule and your own workday.
And what about initiating interruptions? It's a big no-no.
Yeah, well, this kind of goes back to my favorite rule of the workplace, and that is that you teach people the behavior that's acceptable to you through your own behavior. So you want to treat people the way that you want to be treated with regards to interruptions. If you just walk into somebody's office, you barge in, you launch into this huge conversation, then expect that they're probably going to do it to you in the future.
Yeah. What goes around comes around, right?
Right. Show some respect to them, and they'll do it to you in the future.
Now, this one makes me laugh a little bit. It's my favorite bullet point you put down, but just hide.
Absolutely. There is nothing wrong with physically removing yourself from the interruption zone, as I call it, especially when you have that kind of work that you need to really focus on and you need uninterrupted time. We all have that. So, close your office door, pick your things up, go to a conference room if you have to. It's perfectly fine.
And what about the word no? Just saying no.
It is so hard, but we all have to set limits in the workplace. So there's a really simple phrase that I encourage everybody to practice, and that is simply to say, I'm not available right now. Can we schedule time for this later? It's not really saying no, it's saying what you can do in the future, and we all have to do it. Take control of your schedule.
You're not just outright telling them to,
Go
scram.
away.
Yeah, exactly. Give them some
work.
hope for the future, right?
Absolutely.
Great tips, Chrissy. Thank you so much for being
you.
here this morning. And remember, you can find more information in the on-air section of our website at kdvr.com. Click on the link to Eat Your Career. Let's send it over to Nick Carter now for a